Hi folks, how are you? So a few videos back I started my Norse Mythology series, and the first look that I did was Freya. And if we have done Freya, we cannot not do Frey. So who is Frey exactly? Well, again, according to this book that I have finished reading a few months ago, Frey is the god of the fairyland, so quite similar to Freya. He belongs to the race of the Vanas, which is also the same as Freya because they are brothers and sisters, and they are the divinities of water and air. To my surprise, there is actually very little description of the appearance of Frey. The only appearance related to description that I could find was he is the god of golden sunshine and the warm summer showers, and Frey also received from the gods a marvelous sword, which is an emblem of the sunbeams, which had the power of fighting successfully. He has this glittery weapon. He is the god of just the sun and sunshine. So that's why I wore a yellow shirt today, just to represent the sun a little bit. While there isn't a lot of description of what he looked like, there is this exceptional portrait of how he would have looked like, and there is also this wild boar that is always by his side, and it is a personification of the sun itself. So what I derived from the very sparse description, he is the golden boy. He is beaming, he's always so shiny, so I kind of have a shiny base down already. Also, he is from the divinities of water and air, so for some reason whenever I think of Frey, I think of light blue colors. Again, very ethereal, but also a splash of golden veil. So that's what I have in mind, and I also really want this look to echo with Freya's look because they are brothers and sisters. I think at some point they would imitate each other. So that's what we're doing today, and let's get started. Zoomed you guys in again, and today we're also using the So Jaded palette because this is the only palette that I want to use for the rest of my life. As I've said in the beginning, whenever I think of Frey, it's always a light blue wash of colors, so that's the theme we have today. And I've already primed my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. This is all I have, to be honest. And we're going to start up with some light blue eyeshadow. And right now I'm thinking of aquamarine, which aquamarine is not all a light blue, but it's kind of it. So we'll see. We'll lay it down and see what happens. I mean, if the Vanas are divinities of water and air, I only find it suitable for me to use this shade. Very beautiful. I don't know how, but this palette that ColourPop has with Kathleen Lights is just so divine, and the color story is just so beautiful, so magical. I love it. To be honest, I feel like that's all I want to do for the lid, because you know, he is a guy and he might not have as much details in his makeup or in his appearance than Freya, right? Freya is literally the goddess of beauty, and it's normal that she would love more glamorous makeup. But from the stories that I have seen of Frey, he's more just laid back, chill kind of guy. For Freya, her story emphasized a lot on how she is a warrior herself, and at the same time she loves beauty. But for Frey, in a lot of the stories, he seemed like the biggest softie ever. So in the story, it said that Frey killed a relative of his crush, which I can't pronounce the name again. He killed that relative, and then he still wanted to marry the crush. And so he asked one of his followers to just lure that girl into marrying him, and the process was so sneaky and just I don't want to be sexist, but not very manly. Like, if you like someone, you just go up to them and say, hey, I like you, let's hang out more, let's get to know each other. But he didn't do that. He just asked someone to buy her into, threaten her, to be honest, threaten her into marrying him. So that's sneaky. That's not very man-like, Frey. So we have this very, very pretty bluish green tone down, and we are going to move on to some eyeliners. For eyeliner, I'm going to do a gold liner to imitate the sunbeams and the sword that he owns. So I'm using the Kosot's 10-second liquid eyeshadow in Supreme, and we're going to try and use this as an eyeliner. It's very weird, like if you can see, it's very liquidy, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work as an eyeshadow, but we'll try. I feel like I might have been a little harsh on Frey. I'm not saying that he's not as much of a warrior as his sister. He is still a warrior. He really hates the giants like Thor, and he used his glittering sword to fight off those giants, which of course shows the warrior side of him. But it wasn't as emphasized as Freya. But that's maybe just the author's own decision in writing those characters, so I'm in no place to judge. And I'm just grabbing the eyeshadow with my eyeliner brush. Definitely need something on top later. This is how far I'm gonna go, and then I'm repeating this on the other side. So you can probably tell this liquid shadow is not the easiest to apply as eyeliner, but I feel like this is the most pigmented gold I have, so we have to work with it. Alright, I think that's as good as we can get with this liner because it's just not the best. Just to make Frey look a little more fierce than I imagined him to be, and a little more fierce than Freya actually, I'm going to extend my inner corners. And now we're going to use powder golden eyeshadow to set all of these. Because this eyeliner, as you can see, is a very warm gold and I don't want it to be so warm, I'm going to use Dwallas from the Jackie Aina palette, which is like a true gold. It's not very warm, it's not very cool toned, and I'm going just to layer it on top of this. And just to fix that weird liquid eyeshadow, I'm just gonna wet the angle brush just now and pick up Dwallas to fix the inner corners a little bit. For the face, because Frey is a man, so I'm going to contour a little bit using this bronzer here. Well, it's not actually a bronzer, it's like more in between. I'm pretty sure it is the Balm's Bahama Mama, the yellow box. I'm just gonna contour the face a little bit, and like Freya, which I didn't contour her face just to preserve that youthful plumpness. And I'm also going to contour the nose. For that, I'm going to use like an angled brush, which is the easiest way to contour your nose. Just taking the same powder again and applying it right on the sides. I'm not very good at nose contouring, especially because I have pretty crooked nose. It's like tilted onto one side, so my face look very uneven, especially in pictures. It's just how I'm born. I have thought about like maybe I should get plastic surgery. It doesn't really matter to me anymore. I used to be quite self-conscious about it, but now that I have found my own angles in pictures and videos especially, I'm just like, yeah, doesn't matter. For blush, I feel like he wouldn't use any blush. I'm just gonna use highlighter because he is a glowing god, a beaming god, so we have to be beaming as well. And for that, I'm going to use Glow Setter from the Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero highlighter palette. Glow Setter is sort of like a very golden toned highlighter, so I feel like it would match this look pretty well. For this look, more highlighter is more. Now that we are very glowy, we're going to move back to the eyes, and I'm just going to apply mascara first. Was near. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to draw some ornaments. I don't know, some lines imitating the sunbeam on this side. So again, we'll be taking Dwallas, and I'm going to draw some wings. Again, I'm wetting the brush. I feel like my brush is too big, but as you can see, it's just little kindergarten style sunbeams. And I'm taking an even smaller brush to just refine the edges quite a bit. Okay, I swear this is the final step. Because I feel like they're not very obvious, I'm going to layer some cold sauce supreme on top. I honestly feel like I'm butchering it, but it's just really fun even though I'm failing. So bear with me. And because there are some places that I find are quite irregular, I'm just going to use a little bit of powder to, you know, clean it up. Using a teeny tiny brush, of course. And just go over those edges. Can you tell? So that's that. So you can see. You cannot see. Okay, like this, when my head is tilted very uncomfortably, you can see the sunbeam. And that's exactly how I want it, because I don't want it to be like very harsh lines. I want it to be like kind of soft, but then you can also see it. It's like you can gaze into the sun, but you can only do it with your eyes really squinted because it's so bright. And this is like a little bit, don't know what that is. As for lips, I sort of want something that is very warm, so I'm going to use the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie collab, and this is in my main. I feel like I use this like in every tutorial because I love it so much, and it goes with so many looks. I almost wear it every single day. This is the final look. I feel like this look is kind of out of my comfort zone a little bit because I'm not very used to drawing like extra shapes below my lash line, but I feel like this does add a little bit to the look just to tell people like, it's the sun, baby. The sun is coming. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to continue to do these because I do have so many more ideas in mind, and I'm sorry if I seem like I'm struggling just fixing this part today because I was, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not a makeup artist. I just do whatever that comes into my mind because I'm a makeup enthusiast. If you like this look, please let me know and give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if you want more videos like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!